All right. People asked about my run-ins with wildlife, and I tell them about the episodes with the coons and the squirrels and snakes and all this. But how many people do you know in this world that has ever caught a deer with their bare hands? You looking at him. I've done it. Wasn't the smartest move I ever planned on, but I done it. Back years ago, my daddy had a Ford 8N tractor, and he needed a part. Well, there was this old man up in Shelby, Mr. Wilson Tractor Parts. He was the go-to place to get old tractor parts. So I go to Mr. Wilson's to pick up my parts. My daddy called me and said, "Hey, you go pick up my parts for my tractor." I said, "Yeah." So I go over there, and I walk in the door. Now, y'all would have to understand, Mr. Wilson's probably 80-something years old. This man, Lord help, you talking about politics and getting on a rampage when he would do it. All it took was the wrong person to walk in and say something. Anyway, I walk in, Mr. Wilson's behind the counter. There's a guy standing there, and he's a talking to him, and I hear something. I look down the aisle, and there stands a fawn deer about this tall. And it's standing back there, and it's looking. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this cat's got a pet deer. And I'm sitting there watching it. Well, then about this time, here this older farmer comes in. He's got a guy about my age with him. And that guy gets looking, he said, "Is that a deer?" Mr. Wilson said, "Yes, sir." Said, "Stupid thing come in here and won't go out." So that boy made the comment about, I catch that thing, I take him home and eat him. Well, that was the wrong words to say to Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson said, "Young man, you got a job." So that boy went slipping back down that aisle. Oh, Lord, I about to take a beat down. He went slipping down that aisle. And about that time, that little old deer broke and run. They're going through that store, and it's hitting shelves, and there's tractor parts are flying in the air. Here that thing comes. Now, mind you, that store been probably as long as this house here, and that thing going down there, and parts is flying. Old man Wilson is a screaming, "Oh, Lord, get him, stop him, don't let him tear it up no more." That thing come past me, jumped, bam, hit the front glass window, made the turn, back down through where it went. The funniest thing was there that boy was, and he was between the end of the hall and that deer. So he didn't know which way to do. He didn't know whether to poot or go blind. All of a sudden, that old deer done a shuck and jive move and went around him. Back around through there again, parts is still flying. Mr. Wilson is screaming, "Oh, Lord, get that thing, it's tearing my store apart, get that thing." And about this time, this guy come in the door, and he must have been a doctor or a lawyer or something. You could tell, had on nice slacks and nice shoes and a nice dress shirt and a tie. And here that deer comes, and that old poor dude, he don't know which to do, juke or jive or do something. And all of a sudden, I'm standing there, and that deer jumped, and it hit the plate glass window, bam! And when it did, as it was coming back, I just swooped and grabbed it. I had the front legs in this hand and had the back legs in this hand. And that darn little old deer going like that. I turned around and I walked up to that boy. I said, "Here you go." I don't want him. I said, "You want to start this, man? Get him." "I don't want him." The whole time that deer's a kicking and jumping and fighting, throwing its old head like that. And I turned around and I said, "Here you go, Mr. Wilson." He said, Said, you caught him, it's yours. I said, I don't want the stupid thing. I said, somebody get that door for me. They opened the door and I crossed the highway and went over to some pine trees and I set that stupid deer down. And before I could get back to the store, that deer had done crossed the road in front of me. So, if you ever have the opportunity, one thing you need to understand, if you ever hit a deer and its eyes are closed, you better leave him alone. He just knocked out. He'll come to and he will pass out more beatings than you can take. If his eyes is open, he dead. Load him up, skin him up, cut him up, you got meat. And 3, if you try to catch a deer, do not do that. That is not the smartest thing to do. Them deers are stronger than what you think. Only my goofy redneck self would caught a deer. So stay away from the wildlife if you can. Y'all have a good day. Give me a thumbs up and a like. Subscribe if you will. Thank you.